Camera number 331 of 365 is this all mechanical and very heavily metal Zenit TTL. As the name suggests, it has through the lens metering, and that's powered by a single LR44 battery that's housed in this little compartment here, and we just have to undo it, which I will try and do now. Right, so there's the battery door off, and there's the single LR44 with the positive terminal sticking out of the camera. And then we just have to close the door by aligning that horizontal and then just giving it a quarter turn, and then that secures the door. It's an M42 mount that it takes, and this one has the Helios, appropriately Helios f2 58mm. We just simply unscrew it, and again we can turn it on to automatic or manual. I think I mentioned that in the previous camera with the Praktika, that we can choose to have manually stop it down and then meter, or we can just allow the camera to do it in automatic, and it's open all the time while we compose our image. So we have a self-timer on the front here, which has its separate button. Just let that count down. The mirror stays down. I think it's approximately 10 seconds for the self-timer. There we go, very noisy shutter. Okay, and then we've got just simply a flash sync port there, because it is a cold shoe on top of the camera. So then we just screw the lens back on. While we're on the base, we just have a tripod mount, and then on the top we have the usual controls, our film advance, and we have to manually set our film counter around the dial there. We have our shutter actuation button, and then we have our film speeds that go from B through to 1/500th of a second, and then our film speed selector here, which we just have to rotate. Our film rewind crank, which also allows us to, no it doesn't, I do beg your pardon, we have a separate lock for the latch of the film door, and then we can put our film in, and we see our cloth curtain, but again very heavily metal construction there. And that's pretty much it really. The only other thing is there is obviously a provision to screw in a remote control, a remote lead here, or trigger, and to put our film back into our canister, and i.e. to disengage our film advance, we have to actually use the little collar around the shutter button. We have to twist it. There's a little red indicator here, and I don't know whether you can see that there. There's a little arrow that shows that we have to twist it. That disengages it, and then we can wind our film back into our canister. We mustn't forget to release it when we put our new film in. So, very pleasant experience. Looking through the viewfinder, I must say I do prefer the focus. Well, that doesn't have split screen like the Praktika. It was very clear to see the focus, or at least that's what I could see. Whether the images are actually sharp, well, we'll find out at the end of the video. But that's just a quick overview of the Zenit TTL, and that has been camera number 331 of 365.